Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this will be episode 1 of our Confederate Spring of '64 campaign. So, even though new DLC is out, we will not be using the career start on this one, because I think I learned my lesson from the '63 campaign, and probably be pretty damn tough. I've never done a '64 campaign before, so this will be a straight normal campaign. I didn't put out a call for recruitment on brigade names for this campaign, as quite honestly I just forgot. So if you would like to have a named brigade, I cannot create avatars at this time. The campaign's already started, so avatars are out of the question. But if you'd like to have a named brigade in one of the armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapon, uniforms, and the officer in command, and I will try to oblige you on all of the counts if possible. So it's 1864. I really can't guarantee anything, and your unit's probably not going to be a fresh recruit unit. More than likely be an existing unit I'm just going to rename, but it will be yours for the duration of the campaign. I just ask that you be subscribed to the channel if you do request a unit. Alright, moving on from there, I'm going to be setting this at very hard difficulty with elevated aggressiveness from the Union. We could go with the very high aggressiveness, but I found that the Union armies tend to, or the AI tends to lemon train their armies in at the highest aggressiveness level, and they'll send the army in to do attacks and whatnot when they're not actually ready to do so. It's detrimental to the AI, so I have it down on an elevated status. We will be taking, I'm going to change some of these policies here. I don't want King Cotton. I'm going to go with industrialization. Just as a forenote, I have purposely stayed away from watching other YouTubers' campaigns that started in 1864, so I'm kind of going into this one a little on the blind side. So we're taking industrialization because I want to see if I can run down the line towards eventual emancipation, which will help us out a lot. If I want native allies right now. This Union. Yeah, I should stick with native allies, at least for now. So we'll go with Old Dominion, Old in Virginia, industrialization. Start moving down the industrialization line. I highly doubt we'll get anywhere with it. Because quite honestly, I don't know if we're going to start with a bunch of policies unlocked already, or if we have to start from scratch. So if we have to start from scratch, I want industrialization so I can run down that emancipation line. And we'll keep the native allies for the extra troops. And there is a pretty large preamble here for this campaign start. So I figured out, I haven't read this yet. I just kind of glanced at it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to read this out loud. And if you'd like to skip this part, this video is going to be chaptered. So go ahead and skip over to the start of the campaign. Beginning of the end. May 1st, 1864. Grant's plan to end the war. The fourth year of the American Civil War started. In 1864 will be the last year of the war, so President Lincoln believes. On March 2nd, 1864, he promoted Ulysses S. Grant to the rank of Lieutenant General, a rank previously held only by George Washington. Grant, the hero of the Western Theater, has been given the order to devise his own military strategy to win the war. This strategy is about to be put into motion on all fronts. In early July of 1863, the Union's war effort was revived by two grand victories. General Lee's daring attack north was stopped by the Army of the Potomac, by then under command of General Meade in Pennsylvania, in the Battle of Gettysburg, which ended on July 3rd. The next day, July 4th, the fortified city of Vicksburg surrendered to U.S. Grant. This blow sent shockwaves through the Confederacy as well as Europe. It also strengthened the wavering Union war effort. After these defeats, it started to seem that the Confederacy's days were numbered. While the Confederates still managed to deal a stinging blow in the Battle of Chickamauga in September, recapturing Chattanooga from Rosecrans, Under Grant, the Union Army recaptured the town in November, sending the Army of Tennessee in retreat to Georgia. In the spring of 1864, Grant's plan was ready. The war would be decided in the East, with the destruction of Lee's Army of Northern Virginia. To deny Lee reinforcements from other theaters, the attack would be coordinated with other major operations. General Banks was to attack Mobile, Alabama, but instead he opted for a diversionary attack along the Red River. The main attack would come along two axes. Grant's most trusted lieutenant, General Sherman, would attack into Georgia to prevent General Johnston, now in command of the Army of Tennessee, reinforcing Lee and to capture Atlanta. At the same time, Grant would attack Lee with Meade's Army of the Potomac, supported by Butler's Army of the James. Operations towards Richmond are to be supported by another attack up the Shenandoah Valley to threaten Lee's communications and to capture Virginia's breadbasket, defeating Lee's army. While the military operations are being put into motion, Lincoln has also other worries. In 1864 is the year of presidential elections. To be re-elected, the war needs to be won. Some of his political opponents are openly vouching for peace with the Confederacy to end the war and to stop the bloodshed, and this sentiment is gaining momentum. Well, after summer of 1863, any European intervention seems impossible. The morale of the citizens needs to be preserved. With military disasters and desperation, it could be that the people will turn against Lincoln and vote him out of the office. Whoever in this case would rise to power, political turmoil would likely see the Union's war efforts falling apart. Already the North has seen a number of volunteers plummet, and the introduction of drafting causing riots in major cities. The Confederacy situation in the spring of 1864 is a bad one. Their nation is effectively cut in half along the Mississippi River, preventing effective communications and supply lines between East and West. At the same time, the Union blockade has grown more and more effective, forcing the Southerners to regulate consumption. Many coastal forts and towns have been lost, with Union forces already holding terrain as far as the mouth of the Rio Grande River in Texas. The whole nation is harnessed for war. While the North has been able to replace their losses, the South is running out of recruits. The South too has introduced conscription, and all the volunteer contracts are extended to an unlimited period. Desertion is a major problem, along with the loss of discipline, especially outside of the frontline units. Vastly outnumbered, they need to rely on their battle-hardened veterans to keep fighting like devils. The coming Union offensive can be held at bay, and the intolerable casualties inflicted. Maybe the Northerners will lose their stomach to fight on, ending the war. The main Confederate armies of Northern Virginia and Tennessee are still effective and ready to fight, but for how long? The year 1864 started with the first Union moves blocked. In the Battle of Lusty on February 20th, a small Union army was defeated while trying to move on Tallahassee. General Kirby Smith is holding his own in the west, with his subordinate General Taylor having stopped Banks in the Battle of Mansfield on April 8th, ruining his Red River campaign and forcing him to fall back. On April 18th, General Nathan Bedford Forrest's raiding party captured Fort Pillow in Tennessee, massacring the surrendering black soldiers. It's clear that the Confederates are still fighting. It's up to Grant and Sherman to outfight their enemies if the Unions to win the war. And for the Confederacy, these attacks must be repulsed and maybe even lost territories like Tennessee or Mississippi River taken back. Well, that's our situation going into 1864. A little long-winded there. I think that's the longest thing I've actually ever read before on any of these videos. But it looks like we are ready to start, so I think a video comes up right after this. See you on the other side of it.
It is well that war is so terrible, or we should grow too fond of it. Robert E. Lee. Chapter 3. A War So Terrible. The vast bodies of American men, in companies, regiments, brigades, armies of tens of thousands strong, marched to the beat of the drum, clashing, maneuvering, cheering, yelling, killing, perishing. The rebellion that was to be over in 90 days in a neat showdown is now a war so terrible that America has never before witnessed such ruin. From the ill-organized, poorly drilled, and equally poorly led mass of eager amateurs thrown at the mercy of modern firepower of Minié ball, shot and shell, disciplined armies of determined veterans emerge. The innovations that once served bringing economic growth and spreading civilization have now been harnessed to serve this terrible war. Steamships clad in iron navigate the waterways, while troop movements and logistical support utilize railroads, transforming war itself from Napoleonic to industrial, providing new means of slaughter in the fields of battle with never-before-seen efficiency. Having secured continuing support in Union policymaking for the time being, President Lincoln is determined to win the war, to again unite the nation. But the prolonged war and the mounting casualties are starting to take their toll, with the number of volunteers diminishing and political rivals in support of immediate peace with the South emerging with louder voices. To silence these voices, Lincoln needs decisive military victories. As long as the Union armies are victorious, so long the people will fight. If the willingness of the citizen to fight dies down, so will any hopes of restoring the Union. In the South, the war that was supposed to ensure independence, preferably with the support of the sympathizers of the Southern cause, has reached a point of no return. With the war dragging on, and with the seemingly inexhaustible Northern resources against them, chances of victory seem to slip farther into horizon. For the South to prevail, decisive action must be taken to break the Northern spirits and armies, to force them to award the Southern states their independence in choosing their own destiny. That is their God-given right, even if achieving it means unprecedented suffering, want, and slaughter. War means fighting, and fighting means killing.
All right, let's see what we got going on now. Oh, God. Yeah. Got here. Oh, I definitely do not like this layout at all. This is going to take some fixing to do. Not a lot of artillery either. That's not good. Army Northern Virginia. Army Transmiss looks... God. Yeah. Army Tennessee looks better. One corps is laid out divisionally as I like it. Looks like I'll actually be able to create a second 2 divisions of another corps with some of the troops here. From Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana is, yeah. South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. I am not liking the way this looks right now. I'm not looking at the strength of these units. Mostly in the thousands. Department of West Virginia's got the VMI cadets and they got 215 men. Oh. Oh, that's a new when the I didn't notice this button before. Deploy garrison. Deploy garrison. This will detach the chosen unit to become garrison current position. Garrisons can prevent routes of supply and can protect routes of supply and block enemy advances, but cannot move. That's a new one for me. I don't know if I noticed that during my other playthrough, if it was there or not. Weapons wise, looking okay. Looks like everybody's armed with rifles for the most part. Still got some muskets there. Anything to replace that with? Use some Mississippis. Yeah, so forces are not looking too good. Fleets I know are going to be a joke. So I'm going to immediately probably start putting everything in the harbor. That's to open up that funding, because gunboat rams are useful. Start putting everything in the harbor. So that was my last playthrough. Just scuttling the ships didn't seem to reduce the cost, but putting them in the harbor and basically mothballing them actually did reduce costs. Got one casemate. Looks like we have some ironclads in harbor, but they're all getting repaired right now. Now we do have some ironclad gunboats. That's good to see. Not totally without ironclads. Cottonclads are basically useless. Most of these ships are useless to us at this stage of the war. I'll refocus on that a little later, try to get a combined fleet going, see if we can't start clearing out the Gulf as we usually do. It looks like we're going to have some combats right off the start here, so I can't even really start shifting organizations yet. So that is going to be a starting process here. Alright, I'm going to spend a few minutes here going through my forces, see what I can pull out of some theaters, reinforce others, get these armies more of a semblance of what I'd like, but it's going to be a long process. It's going to take a few episodes. I can't transfer everybody at once. So I'll be back. Alrighty, I've gone through all the field armies. It's taken me about an hour, maybe a little more to do this, but I finally got everything to a little bit more of a semblance of an order that is workable for me, though not 100% yet, as I can't transfer too many troops around because armies are on top of each other. I do believe it is time to hit play and see what happens. Federals do have forces on the move already. Yep, here comes your Potomac. Actually, our first combat's going to be out in the Western Theater. And it doesn't look good. Yeah, not good. I had given orders for the Army of Mississippi to move closer, but they are not going to be there yet. Do I fight this one? That's why my cavalry corps is not close enough. I didn't notice that. Alright, but yeah, we're going to take this fight. We got to see how this army is going to fare. You have 9 o'clock in the morning now, so we got basically the entire day to knock out 14th Corps before everybody else starts to show up. So we are under attack by George Ace Thomas's Army of the Cumberland. He's bringing 14th Corps with 21,000 men, Cavalry Corps with 8,500 men, 4th Corps another 19,000 men, 20th Corps with 18,000 men, and 16th Corps with 10,900 men. Total 68,040 infantry, 8,441 cavalry, and 156 guns. We're defending against him under Joe Johnston's Army of Tennessee with Hood's Corps of 20,000 men, Hardee's Corps of 20,000 men, total 39,927 infantry, 0 cavalry, and 87 guns. Ah, crap. Yeah, I can't let them get any closer to Atlanta. We got to take this fight. So I'll see you all on the other side of load screen. Welcome, everybody, to the Battle of Dalton, Georgia. So we are on the defensive. We actually hold one defense point already, and we have to capture another one. They are named Vineyard, which we occupy, and Brotherton. Right now, troop estimates. One of my corps is not here. I only have one on the field right now. So we have 20,295 men on the field, and they have 21,000 men on the field. Our Hardee's Corps will be arriving in 4 hours. 16th Corps is 8 hours away. Cavalry Corps is 2. 20th is 4. 4th Corps is 2. So I do have a very, very limited window of opportunity right here. So the Federals only do have the one entry point up here at Rossville. Which means you're either going to come straight down this road here or down this road here. Or they can even use this and come down here, but that's neither here nor there. So I want to push up here to Savannah Church off the bat. If I can't push the 1st Corps off the field immediately, this kind of looks like the best terrain for me to defend on. I could drop an infantry division here to hold McFarland's Gap very easily. But I want to get as far forward as I can on this map. And I've actually never seen this map before now that I think about it. This is a new one to me. That's the Chickamauga map. I just never fought on it before. I can't believe I've actually never fought on this map before. So yeah, we want to get up to Savannah Church at least. But the initial Union Corps might be right here, and if they are, that's even better for us. We can just shove them off the field before the reinforcements arrive. That'll be our first victory of this campaign. So I'm going to get this moving, and I will be back once I'm in contact with the Federals. All right, it's 10:28 in the morning. We have contact with the Federals. But I'm a little further back than I would have liked to have. Oh, they got forces coming down here, and I had a division going up that way. That works for me if they're starting to push their divisions that way, and they haven't seen these guys yet, though. This is some rough terrain. It's going to be a while before they're in position. Hopefully they get around them. I can have a division up here on their flank. That'd be very good for us, unless they probably do see. They shouldn't see each other, but knowing this game, they probably do. Looks like they got one brigade coming forward on its lonesome. Works, and another brigade. Brigade's armed with Springfields. Oh, I didn't even see that. Should have checked all the brigades. They have to push forward to engage. I have some rifles to hand out, not much. But it's kind of roadblocked right now. They're pushing forward pretty hard. They may not be well armed either. And they're pushing in with one brigade. What the? And they probably, this one brigade probably outnumbers these two brigades. 1,900 men. 17 and 18. All right, we're good. Should be able to musket them down pretty easily. Oh, they're pushing forward into cover. That's what they were doing. Guys, rifles, perfect. Get on that flank. You got Enfields. And right there and protect these flank while he's pushing up. Division you belong to. Back there. Or a whole separate division. Come on, pushing the range. Got there. Could be Napoleons, could be howitzers. There's bronze barrels, you really can't tell. Casualties already. They're over 300. Seem to hold in place long enough for these rifles to get on their flank. If they're not supporting this brigade, make it easy to take it down. Not have a good firing line. My divisions are going to be a little mixed up right now as I had to start reordering everybody individually. Just some Federals. There we go. Start firing, boys. There we go. Six-pounder field guns, oh god. Not armed as badly as we could have been, but we could have been armed better. That brigade's getting ready to Blake. What about my flank division here? Yeah, it's going to take them a while to get through this mountain passes. As this brigade closes in a little more, we'll push forward with these two brigades. Right, position up here. Division? No, that's another division entirely also. You guys pushing up hard also. I'm gonna sit right out of range of this gate. Turn your flank in so we start shooting you. There we go. Just have Enfields. I didn't realize these guys had the sharpshooter perk. Remember, level 2 already. I should be laying out some good damage. Guys over here. And kind of want you sitting reserve right now. You have orders to push forward, push forward. Fall back under pressure. Okay. Pull this brigade offline. Take your place. Cashings, but hang on, I got friends on the way. Problem is they are taking flanking fire. Not where they need to be yet. Brigades back here? No. I need to pull this one offline. Push in there. The artillery out further on the flank. Around here and just drop canisters straight into them. this. I know Shoop's taking... Oh, he's taking a lot more casualties than I thought. Crap, pull back. This brigade's firing into his flank. He's taking a lot more casualties than I thought he was. Push in, damn it. Guys have muskets. You can't sit at range. The artillery wall moves into position. I may end up shifting you out that way. Battery commander is wounded. As long as they're pumping caster into this brigade's flank, stay there and hold on. You guys are finally in position. It's going to take them a while to get down here, but I'm going to start moving them onto their got these batteries back here. See if we can't push the division on them batteries. Good, push them back. Entire brigade firing. There we go. They're out in the open. Rip them apart. No. They keep coming into this bowl. I want them to keep coming into it. And your casualties again. Ah, there we go. So off that brigade. You guys aren't being as effective with that canister as I would like. Pushing forward. Boys, stop. Engage that brigade. Damn it, Clayton. I gave you orders to move, damn it. Move. Push forward, help these brigade. Casualties are starting to mount. God damn it, Clayton. Fall. Go on the other flank. That's fine. got 1 hour left before the reinforcements start showing up. We gotta start pushing these boys away. Oh, it looks like some of the reinforcements have arrived already. Damn it. Yet. Alright, it's starting to move. Oh, and I forgot to mention it at the start of the battle. I was wondering today's battle brew is Irish coffee. Like we're giving them enough pressure to force them back a little. We gotta clear out these brigades over here. 500 casualties and it's still standing there. Again, our guys about 5. Holy casualties. He also doesn't have cover. Push him to the cover. As being not effective. I have a lot of artillery back here. Clayton, get your goddamn men moving. Overall's got you around. He may actually follow orders. Over 600 casualties. What the hell is this artillery doing? Come on, fire, boys, fire. That brigade's reformed and coming back in again. I think there's going to be more meat than we can chew through on this fight. Yeah, we're already at 17% casualties and 3,500 losses. There's Reynolds Brigade. And again, that opened up line of sight for this artillery. I mean, canister range, that's good. What the hell is Clayton's men doing? This brigade's taking over 800 casualties, and they're hanging in there like champs. Feel bad for these guys. I'm marching up the mountain for no reason. I got them coming back down. You need to get here sooner rather than later. We are taking some heavy casualties right now. We finally broke that brigade. This brigade is glitched out completely. Almost 1,000 casualties. These guys are still standing strong. You gotta be kidding me. Why is Hardy's Corps 19 hours away now? They weren't that far out at the start of the battle. What the hell? Alright, I'm gonna have to retreat from this fight. By moving the artillery down the road. Change of order, Cobb. Back this way. And Manigault's now dead. Look at that. 50% casualties and they have not broken. Are you kidding me? Casualties are a lot closer than I'd like them to be. Got your fallback orders, didn't you? Come on. It looks like the AI smells blood. Got your damn orders. Start falling back. I'm gonna lose this brigade. They see, oh yeah, it's a good thing I started pulling this division back. Get the hell out of there, boys. Right. 28 minutes to extricate. Why is my artillery not moving? Move, damn you. AI is being a lot more aggressive with its use of cavalry than it used to be. The retreat order, but it's not going to let me. Damn it. Cummins. Yeah, we're not saving D's brigade. They're done. What the hell's this battery doing? Get the hell out of there. Get your asses limbered up and get gone. Back to the fence. They smell blood in the water. They're coming in. There they go. But they're gonna. Why the hell are you turning your flank? Alright, timer's done. Alright. Really did not expect to get as bloodied as I did during this fight. But it is 64, and they are all going to be like this. We just can't afford casualty numbers like that. We lost 6,723 of our 39,923 cavalry, 18 of our 87 guns, for a total loss of 6,897 of our 41,177 men. We took down 7,000 of their 58,000 infantry, 150 of their 8,500 cavalry. Didn't get any of their artillery. Total loss of 7,500 of their 68,000 men. Things can just not continue like this. All right, who did we lose officer-wise? I'm not going to look at the consolidated combat reports because we don't have any named brigades in this army. So who did we lose? Stevenson's wounded. Manigault's dead. Courtney's wounded. All right, that's not too bad. It could have been worse. See if we got any of theirs. Actually, who were we fighting? Fourteenth Corps. Vanderveer. And we only got one of their officers. Some of those brigades were hanging on like champs. 50% casualties, and they were not breaking. I hate it when I see that, because that should not be happening. It doesn't matter how senior your brigade is. You don't fight it out like that. Bloodied their nose, but they bloodied us in turn. They hold the field. And I'm going to get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Defeat at Dalton. Battle of Dalton is ended with the Army of Tennessee retreating from the battlefield in good order. The enemy has reportedly suffered total casualties of 7,425 men. There are 1,078 killed and 288 captured. Their morale is believed to be confident. Our casualties total 6,897 men, with 923 killed and 1,060 missing, and the rest wounded. Captured 284 enemy soldiers and sent them down to our prison camps. Colonel Shoup did lose face, and looks like General King is one of theirs, and he lost face. Alright, I'm going to have to do some officer replacements here. Of course, it was my smallest corps, one of my smaller corps on the field. Stevenson's wounded, so we got to replace him. I'd rather take a replacement from straight out of the Corps. Manigault's dead. Where's this unit from? Alabama. And I don't have the AOM mod installed, so I don't have a lot of officers available. So, got 2 brigadiers here, so Clint, you get the job out of default. Shoup is disgraced. And he really shouldn't have been. His brigade did some good fighting. But he's got to go. He's from Mississippi. I only got 2 officers left from Mississippi. Advisor, the job is yours. For next episode, I'm going to have to load in at least the officers from the AOM mod so I have something available for me, because I don't have a lot of choices right now. Anybody immediately stands out. And Courtney was wounded, that's right. From Alabama. Yeah, I'm going to have to take whatever the AI gives me, looks like. Got here. Yeah, Eric, you're an officer. Pretty damn good one, too. Let's give you that job. He's a West Pointer, so you can take a command of any unit from any state. Nobody's standing out at me to take over division. Wow, a lot of these stats for so late in the war. Do I have any major generals that don't have? I do. I got one. I do have a major general. Horton from Texas. Looks like the job is yours. You're a major general and you don't have a job, so it automatically becomes yours. Alright. So, one thing I did forget to do at the start of the episode, after this battle's rolled off, is we didn't go over policies. So, I do have a bunch of stuff unlocked already, and I did take the industrialization policy, so I immediately popped off on industrialization 2, which will take 37.5 days. And I'll follow that up immediately with industrialization 3, which will take another 55 days. And then move down to slavery restriction and Confederate States colored troops. I don't know if we will get to the Emancipation Proclamation for the Confederacy, but we'll see. It's going to take a few days to get down here. Hopefully we'll have it done before winter sets in, but probably not. We're also going to need money. We're at triple D+. I did order a bunch of weapons. Let's take a look at projects here. A bunch of this stuff is take command reform. Uh, okay, this is new. Organization reform gets you core. This is new. Command reform. Finance and military organization leadership reform that will allow multiple armies and independent corps to be grouped under sufficiently experienced commanders into army groups. Huh. We can do army groups now. Let's take that and experiment with it. Can I... 5 million shorter military railroad, okay. Should take logistics reform. Pirate rifles, not going to bother with them ordering. I'll go for the weapons I ordered right after this. Sharps rifles are not worth it, I won't be able to produce them. Weapons production, I should take a level of that. Or mechanization, because I have no volunteers available right now. Mechanization, taking a little farm mechanization. Level of that. Propaganda, yes. So only raised our support by 1%, but it will help. We have some drafts. We have almost no volunteers. We just don't have people. That's why I want to get down the industrialization line to start limiting the slaves and eventually emancipate them so I can get some people into the ranks. Sign invoice is not worth it. Let's go over finances. Diplomacy. Let's drop that down. Start saving money there at least. Horse reading rifles are not worth it because it only gives you get the Lorenzes and no, this only gives you the Augustins, I think, which is just a reboard muskets. They're not even worth it. They're expensive and they take a very long time to get. They are just not worth it. Support Mexican intervention for the French weapons. Should get medium range car. I should get legacy rifles also and start producing Mississippis. Logistics reforms reduce our military costs, but I do kind of want the military railroad. That allows us to move troops a lot more quickly. Now, I usually never take it so expensive, but we're only 5 million away from that, so I'll save the money for that. All right, weapons-wise, we got nothing. We have no carbines. I've ordered 128 pieces of 12-pounder Whitworth rifled artillery. They have a range of 2,800 yards and a fire rate of 4.5 a minute. So these would be good for some counter battery work. We do have some 1-pounder Williams guns available to us. We got 48 pieces, but I'm not going to be using them at all. I am not sold on their efficacy whatsoever after the last campaign I used them in. They sound great, but they're kind of useless in my opinion. And we also ordered 10,000 Fayetteville rifled muskets, 10,000 Richmond muskets, and another 128 pieces of Napoleons to get those on the line. And I can't build Mississippi. Yeah, I only have 1,000 Mississippis left, so I can arm one of those brigades. Had Springfield. He's got 888 men, so he's going to take up the left. Oh, we got rifled muskets. Rifled muskets too. There we go. Problem is, I can't empty my stocks out completely because I do need. Because it also takes weapons out of your stock pool to replace. For the replacements in your units. So if you don't have any weapons in stock, your units with those particular weapons will not receive replacements anymore. So you gotta be careful with your weapons numbers. Still holding in fight. He's got 1,200 men, but I should give him the rifled musket. So no more weapons can go out for now. Too bad the Army of Mississippi wasn't in range. He's starting to move up now, but it'll take a little while for him to get there. Hood's going to fall back. I don't understand why it was taking so long for Hardee to get to the field. Originally, he was only 4 hours away. Then they put him at over 10. So I don't know what changed there. They didn't capture any of my entry points. So we're going to hold him there. Hopefully, Polk can come up in time to support him. I don't know why the Cavalry Corps was not in the fight. He should have been. Still part of the Army of Tennessee, and his command raise should have sucked in the Cavalry Corps at least. Let's just move you guys up a little closer, just in case. Unless readiness levels now have to do with the Army movement time, I'm not sure what happened there. Outside of that, I am actually ordering the Army of the Trans-Mississippi to start consolidating around Shreveport for a push south, but it looks like 19th Corps is on his way to fight us. I didn't see him originally, because I want to push Army to Transmith back down to Baton Rouge, trying to retake New Orleans. I don't think it'll be possible, but we are going to try. It looks like our next combat should be coming up here in Northern Virginia. Where did I give you orders to go? Oh, no, I gave you scout orders. That's right. And so let's move you closer. What picket? I think we're going to need everybody we can get as close to the front as possible. I don't know if there's any Union forces south of us right now, but I'm not really... Need to see off the Army Potomac before we can do anything else down here. Hill's Corps down here. Why is it giving me the Charleston Squadron? South Carolina, Florida. Hill's Corps, he's only got the 3 cavalry brigades. I got a lot of guys transferring around. So, yeah, so once District of Georgia has the rest of its troops, we do hold Savannah, but I do want to retake Fort Pulaski over here. Once he has the rest of his troops, we'll begin sieging Fort Pulaski. And hopefully we'll be able to start a push against New Orleans. I don't know how well it's going to go. Not the most auspicious first episode, but like I said, it is 1864, and we are fighting against the tide here, basically, trying to shovel it back into the ocean. But it is what it is. This is what we chose, and we will do it. What's this? Oh, look, Army Group Signs. Look at that. That's a new tab right there. That's something we're going to experiment with. I don't think so right now. Who's not assigned? Selecting. That's something we need to experiment with. I need to do a save game before I do any experiments with that. But I do believe we'll end this episode right here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember hit that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you'd like to have a brigade in one of my armies, I really can't recruit any fresh brigades right now, so you will be receiving one that is already in the field. So just let me know type of unit, the state it's from, the name, and the uniform, and I will oblige you if possible. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.